Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. This meeting is being audio and video recorded and streamed live via Microsoft Teams. It will be preserved and available for viewing via the Alcohol and Tobacco Commission's YouTube page. Let the record reflect. This is the meeting of the Johnson County Alcoholic Beverage Boards Board number 1 and Board number 2 on August the 26th, 2026 at 11:05 a.m. The members present of Board 1 are
Bobby Amin.
Chad Riddle.
and Jeff Lang of the State Excise Police. The first order of business for the boards approved last month's minutes. We had 4 renewals.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion's been moved in the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oops. Minutes will be approved. Okay, are there any persons here who wish to voice opposition to any permits on agenda number 1 or agenda number 2? For the record, all 3 of the remonstrators have signed the list of remonstrators form. Which permit do you wish to speak out against?
The alcohol.
Permits for
Permit.
Spicy Bar and Grill.
For Spicy Bar and Grill? Okay, that is on board 2. So what I'm gonna do is swear everybody in right now. All persons in attendance seeking a new permit, requesting a change of location, ownership, or seeking a renewal after a violation, or remonstrating for or against any permit, please raise your right hand. Yeah, that's you with the new permit. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of
Yes.
perjury that the answers that you have given on your application or any testimony you may give to any questions asked by this board to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, yeah, thank you.
First order of business on the agenda, we have automatic renewals with no violations. RR 4104797 to Grill Bar, RR 4195424 Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar, and RC 4107500 Franklin Elks. Those are automatic renewals, no violations for Board 1.
Make a motion for approval.
Second motion.
Motion been moved in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those will be submitted for renewal. Any other business for Board 1? Moving on to Board 2, the members present for Board 2 are
Chad Riddle.
John Peters and Jeff Lang of the State Excise Police. First order of business and boards approved last month's minutes. We had 6 renewals and 1 was continued. Motion approved.
Second.
Motion been moved in a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Minutes will be approved. Okay, first order of business on the agenda, we have automatic renewals with no violations. RC 4112120, the Moose, DL 4121650, Casey's, DL 4121911, Kroger, DL 4123581, Thornton's, DL 4124004, Circle K, DL 4124100, CVS, RR 4129048, the Hayfay. Next is DL 4130283 Aldi, RR 4136016 Dave and Buster's, DL 4131950 Big Red Liquors, RR 4140266 Small Town Pizza and Sub, DL 4134230 Wawa, and RR 4143403 the House of Ty and Ryan. Those are the automatic renewals and no violations.
Make a motion.
Second. Motion been moved in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Will be submitted for renewal. Next, we're gonna do DL 4134618 Beer and Wine Dealer Grocery Store New JSR Investment LLC. The location is pending in Whiteland. Who do we have here today representing this permit?
Yeah, Sonny, the owner.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit? I know the location is pending. Can tell us kind of like what your business plan is?
It is what do you call that? It's a 4 acre, what do you call land? So we're building a gas station. So it's a 4,000 square foot convenience store, 5 pumps. And we have a future phase 2 to have a 10,000 square foot building as well next door. After, we're looking for a general contractor right now to build it. So hopefully it'll be done in a month.
So you have the land?
Yeah, it's our land. So we already bought it, everything. We got approved by the city of the Whiteland for the gas station, that approval for, how we want it, everything. It's done, ready to go. We're just looking for a general contractor. We got a couple bids. Hopefully it'll be done by less than 2 weeks. So it should be, starting dirt, hopefully in a month or two.
Okay.
That's our plan.
Did you prepare the application yourself or did someone prepare? it
My
for
brother
you?
did,
Your brother prepared it?
yes.
Did you have a chance to review the application that was prepared?
I believe I did, yeah.
Okay.
Went over with him.
Are you the only owner of the business?
No, there's 2 more. One's supposed to come, but he went to Whiteland by mistake. And, it's, Jasper Singh and, Manjinder Kaur.
Okay. Do you understand that your permit, if approved, is a privilege granted by the state of Indiana?
Yes,
Do you know that alcoholic beverage laws are part of the criminal code of Indiana, enforceable by every law officer in the state of Indiana?
yes, sir.
Do you understand that the commission may fine, suspend, or revoke your permit if they determine that you or your employees have engaged in any illegal act upon the licensed premise?
Yes, sir.
You understand that an excise officer may enter, inspect, and search your premise at any time without a warrant?
Yes, sir.
Is the permit that you're applying for to be for your own use and benefit, not in reality for the use and benefit of another person?
Yes,
Have you disclosed everything you know that could possibly affect your qualifying for this permit?
yes, sir.
Were all the answers contained in this application answered in a truthful manner?
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to add to the application?
There's nothing more to it.
Is this your only business dealing with alcoholic beverages?
Yes,
So you've never had an alcoholic beverage permit before?
not me personally. I used to have a store in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
And there was beer and wine. I mean, beer there.
But in the state of Indiana?
And instead of me personally, no, but there's the one partner we have, he did have it.
Okay.
So Jasper, we were saying, my partner, he did have a beer and wine license at, by 70. I can't remember the address.
Okay.
So he did have it.
Since the location's pending, there's no finding to be done. There's no sign that's posted as advertised.
Do you already have the ground where, there is a location, I guess, just
Yes.
construction, yeah, is that
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Where's the location?
It's at, Whiteland, they don't have address completely, so what do you call it, where the Love and, there's 2 gas stations there.
Right.
If you make a left, go straight around a roundabout,
Mhm.
right there, where all the new apartments are coming.
Okay.
And new housing, and there's a lot of warehousing
Yeah.
by DHL.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Very good.
It's, Grams and Whiteland.
Yeah.
That's the address.
Okay.
Questions or anything?
I got a couple questions. Your partner, how long was he involved with the beer and wine?
I think they had it for 10 years.
Had 10 years. So he is well familiar with all the rules and regulations
Yes, sir.
regarding it. Have you read any of that information as to what is required for dispensing of alcohol?
Meaning,
Have you gone through the course? as to
I
what
have
is
not.
required? Okay.
not in the state of Indiana, but it was Kentucky. I
It would
think.
take Kentucky, but you are planning to go through the
Yes,
state of
sir.
Indiana where you can get certified.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then you're gonna make sure that all your employees go through the training and. Have you got any employees in mind that have been involved with alcohol before?
Not yet, because the site is not open yet, so we call it, sometimes it takes a year to open. So we cannot have, tell an employee to wait for a year. So we will start looking for employees very close to when we're about to open, so close to 2 months, in advance. So as of right now, I can't just tell, for example, anybody like, can you wait for a year
Right.
first?
But your partner's well familiar with it.
Yes, sir.
The only questions I had, make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion been moved in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Be submitted for approval.
Okay.
You're free to go where you can stay. That's up to you.
Oh, thank you, guys. Have a good one, guys.
Okay, next we have RR 41444061 Beer and Wine Retailer Restaurant New. Is it pronounced Namek?
Where?
Nanette Sweets Cake.
Nine Sweets and Cake.
Okay, LLP, it's located at 1211 North Madison Avenue, Suite C in Greenwood, the DBA Spicy Bar and Grill, Indian Cuisine. And who do we have here today representing this permit?
Yes,
Your name?
Yogeshwar Kaushal.
Okay. And also present, we have, 3 individuals that have indicated that they want to remonstrate against the permit. So what we will do is we will first talk to him, ask him questions. Then we will give you the opportunity to speak. If you are from the same organization and you're basically gonna say the same thing, just have one of you speak. Unless they have anything different to add, just to save time and
Sorry.
repeat information. And then after each one of you speak, if you choose to, then we will give him the opportunity for any rebuttal or any additional information that he would feel that he would need to supply. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay. So what's the principal nature of your business? What's your business?
We
plan?
serve like a kind of Indian food or like traditional foods, whatever we make in India. So it's basically we focus on Indian food only.
Did you prepare the application yourself or did someone prepare it for you?
No, I did.
You did?
Yes.
Okay. Are you the only owner of the business?
No, my wife is partner in that business.
Okay. So your wife's listed on the paperwork also.
Okay. She knows about it. What's your question?
Your wife is also one of the owners.
Oh, yes.
Do you understand that your permit, if approved, is a privilege granted by the state of Indiana?
Yes.
Do you know that alcoholic beverage laws are part of the criminal code of Indiana, enforceable by every law officer in the state of Indiana?
Yes.
You understand that the commission may fine, suspend, or revoke your permit if they determine that you or your employees have engaged in any illegal act upon the licensed premise?
Yes.
You understand that an excise officer may enter, inspect, and search your premise at any time without a warrant?
Yes.
Is the permit that you're applying for to be for your own use and benefit, not in reality for the use and benefit of another person?
Yes.
Have you disclosed everything that you know of that could possibly affect your qualifying for this permit?
Yes.
Were all the answers contained in this application answered in a truthful manner?
Yes.
Anything that you want to add to the application?
No, no.
Okay. Is this your only business dealing with alcoholic beverages?
Oh, yes.
You've never owned any other restaurants, any
Uh,
other businesses that had an alcoholic beverage permit?
I own a food truck, but we don't, we never applied any kind of,
Right.
yeah.
You guys have any what is your hours of operation?
Monday to, weekdays, we open 11 to 10, and weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 11 to 10:30 PM.
How long have you been in business at that location, at your location?
I took over on that restaurant, since like December 2025.
So but that restaurant was in operation prior to December 2025?
Yes.
Do you know how long?
I believe they started back in April 2024.
You guys have any questions out here?
This is the first time you're applying for beer and wine
Yes,
retail
sir.
license, right?
Yes,
The restaurant that was there previously, did they have a beer and wine license? Okay. Are you familiar with the requirements that you're going to have for the individuals to go through the training to be able to serve alcohol? And are you gonna go through and also go through the training?
yes, I know.
Will your wife also, since she's part owner, go through the training?
Yes, she knows.
That's the only questions I have at this time.
Okay, the orange sign was posted and the final inspection has been complete. Okay, so now moving on to the remonstrators, who would like to speak first?
I can go first.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Kimberly Rose.
Okay, and then also your address.
I'm at 1211 North Madison Avenue, Suite J, like John, Greenwood, Indiana, 46142.
Business.
So you have a business,
Yes.
correct?
Yes,
And it is
Beyond.
directly next door to them or in,
there's one small space between the restaurant and our business.
okay. Go ahead.
Okay. We have, and I say we collectively, me and my husband own the thrift store. We have several concerns with how business is already being conducted in that space. And then the lack of concern with other people. For example, we have one handicap, or not handicap, but one wheelchair ramp for our whole side of the building. We have asked dozens of times for them not to park on top of it because we do have several customers that come in that either use wheelchairs, strollers, or walkers. And there is a huge language barrier. We have not found one person in the restaurant that speaks or even understands English, and they keep parking on the wheelchair ramp. The owners of the building will not put one in for us. So that's one issue. We have noticed an extreme increase in rodents and bug activity in the back. We unfortunately have had to contact the Board of Health due to their trash just overflowing numerous times into the back alleyway, causing a huge stink back there, so much so that we can smell it in our store. We have now had a gentleman that I would assume works there. He's there all day, every day of the week. He now sits in front of a window in our store and is on his phone watching pornography. We've asked him now twice to not do that where it's visible to our customer base and children. He just says, okay, thank you. So again, a language barrier. We're concerned as a business for the safety of our customers, the children that come into our store, and then just even us as the owners. We're a huge community outreach endeavor. We try to do good as much as we can, for our local people. And so if this is already what the business is portraying itself to be, we're concerned if they throw alcohol in the mix, it's just going to be a catastrophe. They're already advertising hard liquor sales in their window of the business. They advertise liquor sales on their social media platforms and within their menu, and even their hashtags on their social media that they serve cocktails and this is bar life. They have now taken over the space between the restaurant and us, and they have made it very clear that they want to open a nightclub there. So that's where we're at.
What type of restaurant was there prior to him?
An Indian, Euro, and grill restaurant,
So it was the same type of restaurant.
and from my understanding, the same owner.
So I don't understand what's the difference between now and previous.
The people that work there.
All
And
right,
the
so you're,
people that are there doing the business, from my understanding, the main guys that were there before, there was actually business. We're not seeing a whole lot of business until after normal business hours. And even then, there's alcohol that is served. There's people on the sidewalks drinking. So I don't know if it's family, but the people that were there before, very friendly, very cordial. They would come into the store, we would chit chat, they understood English, so they understood, things and how they worked and what needed to be done, especially with like the wheelchair ramp, for example. So there was a huge day and night drastic difference.
Okay, my next question is regarding to this incident and regarding the wheelchair ramp,
Mhm.
okay? What has local law enforcement done? Have you called the police? Because if they block it,
We have,
then were they issued citations?
I don't know, I didn't go into that.
Okay,
So is that what I need to do going forward? Call the police every time?
well, the problem that I have is what you are talking about. I'm trying to figure out what remedies did you use to try to rectify this?
Mhm.
Because like you're saying is the trash in the back and the rodents in the back,
Mhm.
yet it was the same type of restaurant previous,
Mhm.
all right?
But it was maintained when the prior, whoever worked there, the prior people were there, every day were different. They maintained the space. There was never trash overflowing. And if we had a concern, we could go to them and say, hey, here's our concern, and they would fix it. So we never had to get law enforcement or the Board of Health involved before.
But I thought you said you contacted the Board of Health.
Now, yes,
And what
I'm the
did-
current owner.
Okay, what did they tell you?
They didn't tell me anything. I had to fill out a form online and they said that they would send a representative to the business to address it.
And when did you fill out that form?
It's been probably 3 weeks ago. So I don't know, and nothing's changed.
Okay. The requirements for the trash, my question is, you're saying that there's an overflowing of trash.
Mhm.
Is there a scheduled pickup? I mean, do you have a big dumpster that everybody in the
Each-
block uses?
Each space has their own dumpster and we have our own service. So it's between the business owner and whoever services their dumpster, like ours, we get it picked up weekly by Republic. Unfortunately, I happened to be out there when trash was being picked up and the trash gentleman that was picking up voiced his disgust with the Indian restaurant, and they're only getting picked up, from my understanding, once every 2 weeks. And he charges them through Republic overage charges because he has to pick up stuff on the sidewalk and their dumpster is constantly overflowed. So it exceeds what the limit is for the pickup for weekly, or I don't know how they determine that. But your lids have to be closed and be able to be closed completely flat before trash is picked up and dumped.
Questions I've got.
Chair, any questions?
Not this time, no.
Okay. Anybody else like to speak?
So I'm from Stepping Stones Academy in the same strip. I'm Tiffany Schaefer. We're a little bit further down. We're at the very end of the street. We're at the Child Care Center. Been there 11 years. So we have a lot of issues too. The pornography is a big one. Our parents have also seen and said, we had an issue where they parked their U-Haul and food truck right outside of our playground. When we asked them to move it, they told us no. When we asked the next day, because it was a Tuesday, they told us no again to get the owner in charge of the daycare to contact them. When I told him that was me, he said there was no way. And I told him if it wasn't moved, we would call Greenwood Police. It still wasn't moved, so the following day, we called Greenwood Police. The Greenwood Police came and asked if we wanted it towed or what we wanted, and we told them we just wanted it to be moved because our parents were concerned that there was a random U-Haul and a food truck with men going in and out of it during our children's playtime. We've noticed an increase of traffic. Our playground isn't connected to our building, so they have to walk through the parking lot to get to the playground. We've noticed a lot of people driving in and out of where our kids go. Our parents have voiced a lot of concerns saying, you know, people are driving too fast. People are standing outside of our playgrounds. Our kids are now going home saying, you know, they see people standing outside of our playgrounds. You know, just standing by their cars, anything. That's where our teachers are concerned that they get off at 6 o'clock at night, sometimes 7 o'clock, depending. And, you know, there's people walking around, there's people drinking. The safety issues of that, where you're, you know, primarily an all women, you know, business. And our children go outside to play at 10 o'clock. If they start drinking at 11, when, you know, 11:30, 11:45 rolls around for them to come back inside, we have to worry about them getting hit by a drunk driver, or, you know, being picked up by a drunk driver. Any of this, we have letters from our parents stating how uncomfortable they are. We've installed 4 new cameras in our outdoor lot because another business in the strip said that they were watching people from the back door chugging tequila and throwing up in our back alleyway where our children go to go outside. We have found throw up piles. We have found trash. We watched on the camera someone take something and throw it on the ground. We have found people in our playground. So our big concern is, once alcohol is legally allowed to be served, how are we gonna keep our children safe? Because I know I own the business, but my son goes there. And if somebody's drunk and wants to talk to somebody, it doesn't matter who it is, they're gonna talk to someone. And, you know, it's a straight shot to our playground. So if they're drunk and trying to find their way home, are they gonna run through our playground
Again.
again?
Are you in the retail center as well?
Yes,
The daycare?
yeah, we take the very end of it.
Okay.
And I apologize, go ahead.
Does the driveway go all the way back by the playground?
Yes, so when you pull in, like the
But if
main,
you're gonna speak, you need to please state your name and.
sorry,
Yeah.
I'm Danielle Lawrence. But it goes all the way back. As soon as you pull in, it goes all the way back to our back playground.
Okay, and you're with who?
I'm the director of Stepping Stones.
Just for the record.
That's fine.
Make sure that. So it's like a circle drive then that goes, so there's an exit beyond,
There is not
so the playground dead was,
dead ends, yep.
okay,
So if you're looking from Madison Avenue, you can see our playground.
okay.
The building sits off the road like this versus parallel with the road.
Okay. Yeah.
In your references, you were talking about people drinking and people doing this, okay? The question that I have is where I'm getting confused at is he is applying for a license.
Mhm.
He has not had a license.
Mhm.
So with these people that have been there drinking and pornography and walking around, how are you relating it to him since he doesn't have a license? If you have people drinking on the street, what has Greenwood Police Department said?
Well, I
Have you
mean,
called them? Yes or no?
no, because I'm not calling him at 9 o'clock at night when I'm at home because I can't get my kid out of bed.
Well, you were saying that people were walking around at 11:30 in the morning and they were drinking and,
No, I was saying that our children come in from the playground at 11:30. So if they get their alcohol license to serve and they start serving at 10, 11 o'clock, then people are gonna be drinking at 11:30 when they're coming inside. What we see is at nighttime, like what we see right now, is the Domino's that is right next door to them has stated that they've seen people sitting outside their door chugging tequila
so what's that have to do with this business though? That's what I'm trying.
outside their business.
Well,
Okay, so what? Okay,
Okay, so-
my problem with it is, I represent the city of Greenwood,
Mhm.
okay? My problem with what I'm trying to understand is, you're saying all this stuff, that this has nothing to do with the license that he's applied. he's trying to apply for.
Mhm.
These are situations that have been created. What has been done to alleviate these situations? If there's people out there drinking beer and doing all, where are they getting it? Why is it somebody, you're pointing to him, how do you know if he doesn't have a
Okay,
license?
so look, that doesn't mean that he can't serve alcohol illegally to people that come into his business.
Have you seen him do that? Yes or no?
Him personally, no.
Have you seen anybody serve alcohol illegally in that establishment?
Sir, I'm running my own business. I can't go in and sit and babysit theirs.
Well, then you
Is
can't
that
point
not
and
what
accuse him then.
Excise does?
Okay, my problem is you can't accuse him unless you say that somebody has been there doing it.
If someone gets out of their car, walks into his business and comes out with a beer, am I supposed to assume that he had that in his pocket? No.
Have you actually seen that?
I'm
Well, I, relax a little bit. Okay? So I think what he's asking is you have trash, you have somebody puking or whatever, how do you attribute it to the current business that is there? If this is occurring at night and you find it the next day,
If none
whatever.
of this happens before, and now a new
No.
business comes into play, the gentleman, so if we just want to do one thing at a time, the pornography is someone that works there, owns it, I don't know. But he goes there every single day. He is in that space every single day. Okay,
So, but
we have
okay,
asked
he
him.
works at the restaurant?
Sure, I don't know what his W-2 status or 1099 status is.
So wait a minute, so if somebody is sitting, so you're saying there's somebody sitting on the sidewalk every day?
For hours at a time, yeah.
Okay. What does that have to do with his
We
business?
have addressed the person that's doing it.
Okay,
We have addressed the landlord.
okay,
And from my understanding, the owner of the business, I don't know if it was him directly, was addressed. Because my entire store, because it's a see-through window, can see what this man is doing. Not any different.
I understand that, but what does that person have to do with his business? Is he from that? Is he an
Yes.
employee of that business?
I would assume so. Again, I don't know
Okay.
what his W-2
Okay,
status is.
That's fair. So when you're talking about the trash and things and
Mhm.
the stuff that you find the next day, why is it his business?
It was never there before. If you go down the back alleyway where our dumpsters are,
I get it. If I'm renting those trash bins and the trash bins are overflown and that's what I'm paying
There are
for, and that's
liquor
where I
bottles.
put my
There are
stuff.
liquor bottles littered on that back alleyway behind where their space is. Where else are they? We're not drinking. Domino's isn't drinking. The Pool City isn't drinking. Where else are they coming from but a restaurant?
So
They
nobody, well,
advertise.
okay, let me ask you this. So there's no chance of anybody pulling in the middle of the night and putting their own personal trash in the dumpster?
Sure. Ours is locked. Domino's is locked.
Okay,
So why would they be putting them in a dumpster that's locked? They don't have access to them. Plus, they're advertising liquor sales on their window of their space, their social media. They're advertising that they're selling it.
the permit that was applied for is beer and wine.
Okay. That
There's
doesn't mean
no
they
liquor.
can't.
Well, can I finish, please?
Sure, go ahead.
I've done the inspection and saw no alcoholic beverages in there whatsoever. Now, that doesn't mean they don't bring it in and out. I get that. That happens all the time. Just because it's a beer and wine doesn't mean liquor's not found on an alcohol establishment. Happens often, okay? I'm just telling you what I didn't see. So he's not applying for a liquor license, it's to have liquor. He's just applying for beer and wine. If there's liquor in there, if he had already that permit, he would be in violation.
So he can advertise that he sells anything as long as you don't find it.
I
Is what you're
guess
saying.
there's nothing we can do about advertising. There's no state statute unless you would go to the Better Business Bureau and there's something with the advertising with them and false advertisement and stuff like that. I don't know anything about advertising as far as that goes. But what he's applied for is just beer and wine.
Mhm.
That's what I can tell you. So I don't know. He can't have any liquor in there.
That doesn't mean he's not going to.
Tiffany, you have anything for,
What about the safety of our children? Like, I know you can get drunk off of beer. I know you can get drunk off of wine.
it's true.
I mean, whatever, if they didn't do it, I don't care. But my child, the children of the community are at our center. We're one of the biggest centers in Johnson County. We're not considered a school, which, whatever, but we have 192 children that we have to keep safe. We have 4 Greenwood Community School buses that come through every day. We have 2 of our own buses. So what's to say at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when our children get dropped off, when my son gets dropped off, that somebody drunk isn't going to go the wrong way when they're trying to go on Madison Avenue and smack into our bus, and there goes 14 children's lives. Or when, somebody drunk wants to go and take a little night-night in our playhouse. And a 2-year-old, and her mom wants to go at 5 o'clock when she's getting picked up and show her mom her playground. And there's a drunk guy in our playhouse. Because like I said, we've installed 4 new cameras. And maybe they don't work there, maybe they do, but it's coincidental that they have aprons on and hairnets. So, I mean, maybe they're just walking around Greenwood with hairnets and aprons, but
What are you referring to?
like walking through our playgrounds. We installed cameras so we can see what's going on at night because we, had talked to the landlord and the landlord said, call the cops, I'm not doing anything. So we installed cameras, so at 10, 11 o'clock at night, I can call the cops if someone's on our playground. And the last one I saw, she had a hairnet on and he had an apron on. So, and I know Domino's isn't open that late at night. So unless somebody's coming from a different restaurant just to hang out on our playground, then I'm guessing it's coming from that restaurant. So.
Something.
So we have to wait for,
Yeah, I don't know if she wanted to say anything else.
No, I'm concerned about the safety of our children. I mean, that's the big thing.
Chad, do you have any questions for those two?
No, I'm good. This morning.
Sir, do you have any rebuttal
Yeah,
for what they have said?
yeah, first of all, there was trash issues in the beginning. Because the previous owner was like, they were taking every 2 weeks the trash from there. Since I took over now, so they're taking trash twice a week, not even single, one time a week. It's on records. I have a record from the Republic Services. I have a very reputed company, Presto X. They do, sprays to control the rodents and everything. They're doing it from last 6 months since I took over. So third concern that somebody is watching porno outside, I can't control that. If somebody doing that, it's wrong. So you should call the police or cops. I cooperate with you guys. It's fine. What other concern? So we are not selling a single drop of alcohol from my restaurant. My wife is a CPA. She's IRS agent in the past. I worked for federal too in the past for 10 years. So we know what rules and regulations are. So we're not gonna violate anything. But like you said, somebody is parking on the ramp. I do park sometime. I did in the past 1 or 2 times with the handicap is, I'm gonna avoid it. I can fix it. My people not gonna do that. Only I did sometime 1 or 2 times, but I'm gonna stop doing that. So there, the advertisement outside is for mojito. It clearly says mojito. It's not part of alcohol. It's made up of Sprite and lemons and all that stuff. We're not punching any alcohol beverages in our register. It's not even exist yet. Because we don't have license yet, right? And on social media, we never put any single advertisement for the alcohol or beer or wine. I know where you guys come from. You can go Google. We have website. We never advertise anything for the alcohol or anything. I understand, the traffic things. I cannot control it. Maybe we can approach the, police department, people who drunk, they can park their cars over there and watch people. If they're drunk, they should pay for it. I have nothing to do with it. And my objection to bring the alcohol is not to, beer and wine just to let people enjoy my restaurant, not to make them drunk. If it is required, we can control the quantity to serve them, like maybe 2 or 1. If they, I don't know the rules and regulation, I'm gonna go through everything. So our objective is not to make the people drunk over there. They should come for fun, eat and enjoy.
I'm gonna flip back real quick. Do any of you three that are demonstrating have any documents or anything to provide to us? I'm not gonna look at anything because it's on record. I need to print out stuff.
Okay.
There is one thing that I'm going to, this was submitted to the ATC and it was from, and if you know who this is and I pronounce her name wrong, please correct me. Jenny Byers,
Yeah,
That's one of
she's
our
one of our
peers.
is
here.
it Byers
I think so, yeah.
Dorfer? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and read the letter into the record and then I will supply it to the ATC. Says, dear members of the Alcoholic Beverage Board meeting, I'm writing to formally register my strong opposition to the proposed beer and wine retailer for the establishment located at 1211 North Madison Avenue, Sweet Sea, Greenwood, 46142. As a parent to the student, I am deeply concerned about the location of this proposed bar. It sits immediately next to Stepping Stones Academy, located at 1211 North Madison Avenue, Sweet G, Greenwood, Indiana. Introducing an alcohol serving establishment next to a child care center presents several critical issues. The first one is proximity and zoning concerns. Local regulations often require a buffer zone between liquor license establishment and facilities serving minors. This proposal directly conflicts with the intent of maintaining a safe environment for young children. Second is traffic and pedestrian safety. The child care center experiences high pedestrian traffic during morning drop off and afternoon pickup times. Added vehicle traffic and potential parking congestion from a bar significantly increase the safety risk for families and young children. The children also play outside and walk along the sidewalk. There'll be extra potential for a child to be lured away as well as increased risk of exposure to secondhand smoke. Incompatible land use. The noise, potential loitering, and secondary effects associated with a nightlife establishment are entirely incompatible with a daytime learning and care environment. Children should not be exposed to the disturbances common to bar environments during their operational hours. For these reasons, I respectfully urge the Alcoholic Beverage Board to prioritize the safety and well-being of our community's children and deny this application. And it's signed by Jenny Byers Dorfer. Okay. I am also going to state that since she is not present, you have to consider, and she is not a resident of Johnson County. According to her letter, she just has a student that goes there. So you can weigh that, how you feel. I think some of the things that is listed in what she is saying is not accurate based off of the application for the permit and the design of the restaurant. And I'm only saying that is, for example, it talks about bar nightlife. Inside that business, it's restaurant only. About what's your seating capacity, 30, 35?
About 30.
There is no bar in there. It's waiter waitress service only.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between what's stated in the letter versus that. Secondhand smoke, you can smoke outside. There's nothing anybody can do about that. As long as they're 8 feet from a door. Nothing anybody can do about that. And the local regulations require a buffer zone. I don't know what those are. I'm a state officer.
I also have letters from other parents if you would like them.
Okay. Yes, I would, please. This just parents of students,
Yes.
nobody living in the area.
No, they're just our parents.
I would kind of like to know where these people actually live.
Jasmine lives,
In Greenwood. I think the first one is Lisa Langford. She lives in New Whiteland, or she lives in Whiteland.
and I think,
And Catherine Darby lives in New Whiteland as well.
How many different ones did you submit here?
We have one from Lisa Langford. Her son goes there. And then there's 3. It's mom, grandma, and aunt of the same child. And then we have another one from Jasmine Coleman. She is a parent. She has 2 children that go there. And then Catherine Darby has a son, and she is the assistant director.
and we've also been told by, like some of our children are special needs and they have therapists that come out. That their first steps, and then there's another one that comes out for, she's an RBT. That they can pull and not work with the children if there's alcohol being served nearby, if they don't feel comfortable. I just don't want, the
Well,
safety is
there's
for our
nothing that
kids.
we can do about that. I get that. You're not considered a school by statutes,
Right,
so there's nothing we can do about that. That's a personal opinion about alcohol.
okay.
I mean, there's no statutes that would prevent. I understand your situation. You guys want to read these? They're pretty much the same. Um, Were you finished? Do you have anything else to add?
They were also talking about the children's parking lot or playground. That's far, like on the backside. I don't think any normal traffic who comes to Domino Pizza, my restaurant, or
There's 2 playgrounds.
that, that's far from my restaurant. If people usually park in front of my restaurant, we have enough parking on the front. They have parking on the back. And the second issue there is that I was parking food truck over there in the playground. We parked for 2 days only. I was not aware of that. I cannot park over there. So they approached me. I was in New York. I have business in New York and here. So I always back and forth. I'm not every day here. So I'll be back and forth. I was in New York. I came back the second day. I moved my food truck to the front. It's not like I'm just, opposing them, don't want to cooperate with them or anything. I think they just making it up.
Along with Jeff, I'll add, I mean, unless I got pictures of a guy sitting outside in there with, on his phone, or I've got.
Can we email it to you?
I think he said hard copy, I believe Jeff said, prior to that could have been presented, the puke, the trash, and those are visible things that could have been brought in. As Jeff said, it's not a school. I've not been inside the facility. Jeff has. It's not a nightclub bar, from what I gather from Jeff's comments. It's truly a dine in.
Yeah.
Can have a beverage with your dinner, lunch. I just, from my standpoint early on, from what I've heard, he's not even serving yet. I know there's questions about what he's doing. Again, it's tough from our understanding to prove that they are his employees or he is selling alcohol. That's just from where I stand at this point in time.
My question regarding all this is, once again, it's like anything else. The proof is in the pudding. Documentation. If there's people there drinking, you should have called the police. Should have been a police report. That way, the police report would have said, okay, this is so-and-so, this is where they worked, or this is where they live. So you have actual evidence that this is what was happening. Documentation, similar to the documentation from the letters from school, from the parents of the schools. So if you have problems, just like you said, you contacted the health department. So what is the health department gonna say? That's a situation we gotta worry about. Do you have a police department that you're calling when you have people, like you said person with pornography sitting outside? Okay. I've heard that it's been said multiple times. Why didn't somebody call the police?
I didn't know it was a police callable offense until right now.
Well, to me, somebody's having pornography outside that's involved with its children. I don't know whether or not it's arrestable offense, whether it's a ticket offense,
They will be contacted.
but
They will
they
be
should,
contacted.
at least the police officer can come out and say, hey, don't do this, or hey, you're not allowed to do this, or hey, you shouldn't have this around kids. So at least the individuals who are doing this get some kind of notice from somebody with authority or something saying, hey, this stuff's gotta be quit.
Mhm.
You were talking about doing the cameras.
Mhm.
Okay, if, I don't know whether or not, if they walk into your playground at 10 o'clock at night, if you can identify them with your cameras, first of all, number one, but number two is whether or not, is that a trespassable offense?
There's a sign that says it's a private playground.
Okay, but once again, would they be considered trespassing? And if they should, and you have you have pictures now, then once again, the local law enforcement should be involved in this. So that way you would have a documentation or a record saying, okay, hey, listen, this is what we got. This is the waste management company saying, hey, they're not picking it up, but once every 2 weeks and it's dumped. We called health department, they had to come out and here's what the health department said regarding the rodents and stuff like this. But some type of documentation as far as the traffic regarding the children and things like this. If there is problems, then once again, law enforcement needs to be involved and who is doing it? Is it just these people, or is these people coming through all hours of the day and night running over to Domino's?
What do you recommend
So,
as far
do-
as that's concerned? Run in front of the car and find out where they're coming from?
Or just call the cops.
Well, I mean, if
We're
they're,
getting away from testimony.
Yeah, if-
Now we're
if-
just getting into
if
discussion.
they're just driving through there,
So I think the testimony is done. Heard them and we've heard him. So I can entertain a motion. Or I can just take a poll as to the way you vote. And just keep in mind, if you are going to vote no, then it has to be one of the reasons. So do you want to make a motion or you want me to take a poll?
Take a poll.
And have you,
At this point in time, I've not heard anything or had been provided documentation to support the concerns today, and that's what I'm supporting my documentation to move forward with the approval.
based upon the evidence, I vote for approval.
and I will also vote for this would be 3-0 to approval. I will send all the documents that you have supplied. Each commissioner will then review the video. We are just a recommendation. We are not a final say.
It's about the children though. I don't care about emails. We're here to support small businesses.
To the commission. So any other business for the board before adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion been moved and second all.
Thank you.